I'm here to talk to you about the dream that we all have to receive the desires that we have been carrying in our hearts. And I'm here to tell you about my story and my lessons on whatever you want to call it, whether you want to call it obtaining your dreams or manifestation. I'm here to tell you about it because a lot has happened. And what I've realized is that the advice and the lessons and the content surrounding making these sorts of things happen for you is either not conclusive or not relatable. I'm sorry, my cats are making a bunch of noises, but it would not me. It would not be me. It would not be my video if I did not have my cats making noises in the background. So here we are. I wanted to start by saying that I am a deeply spiritual person, and if you do not rock with that, you are not welcome on my channel because I have a spiritual business. I'm a spiritual person through and through. What does being spiritual mean? Well, essentially, I believe in things like God and things like higher dimensions and frequencies and whatever. And I feel like this is something that has been guiding me for my entire life. So when it comes to making things happen for me, a lot of the time I just sort of believe that if it's my path, if it's destined to be, it's inevitable for me to eventually obtain it. With time, I realized that this is not entirely wrong, but it can lead to some habits and some things that are not necessarily an advantage for me. So I had to really learn about balance, about planning for things, but also not overthinking and not being overly strategic or logical, because that's not where the magic of making these things happen for you happen. You know what I mean? So I had to learn a lot, and it was not always easy, and it was definitely a weird journey, and I will never be able to give you a narrative or a story that is even close or similar to these spiritual / like influencers, wellness, dream coach people, whatever. I don't even know what to call them, but these people that essentially they were at their lowest, and then something happened, and then it unlocked this series of fortunate events, and they got lucky, and things just miraculously got better, and da. I'm not gonna serve you this narrative, this story, because it's not what happened to me at all. And although I would say I got moments like this, what I learned is that it's all about consistency, and it's about making the right choices. And you cannot force your way into success. You cannot force your way into feeling better. You cannot force your way into what you desire. Because if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And what I'm saying time and time again is, when we truly desire something, it must come from a place that is aligned. How do you know if it's a place that is aligned? Well, do you desire something simply because your ego craves it? Do you desire something because you think it's going to fix all of your problems, or because other people have told you that this is what you should desire? If the answer is yes, then this is not your desire. This is a desire that was created for you. This is a craving that was created from whoever has created it. Let me use a very classic example. How many times do you go into a store not knowing that you need anything? You're just like, I'm here for this very tiny little thing that I just need to buy real quick. And then you walk out the store with like a bunch of other items, and you're like, I didn't even know I needed this. Yeah, exactly. That's how it works. And I'm sorry to say this, but it's true. A lot of the lifestyle choices that we make, a lot of the self-help that we consume are products at the end of the day. They are. And a lot of the desires that we have are influenced by some kind of marketing strategy or even propaganda to a certain extent. Peer pressure, or just a bunch of things. I don't know what else to say, but yeah. So once we know that the desire, oh my God, I can't speak. The desire is aligned. What do we do with it? We make decisions to get closer to it every single day. And that's it. It sucks. There's no magical solution. There's no magical technique. There's no way to shortcut the amount of work and effort that it's going to take for you to do these things. I'm not saying that it has to be super hard. I'm not saying that you're going to do this for years and like accept the bare minimum and it's going to be terrible. Absolutely not. But we have to understand that this is a journey, and just fixating on the goal itself is not going to get you through this journey. You have to make it enjoyable, and you have to make choices that make sense. Because if we fixate just on the end goal, we're not going to get there. It's as if you were about to climb a mountain and you just kind of stare at the mountain and you're just like, I don't get it. I'm not on top. Yeah, because you need to do the steps to get on top, and it kind of sucks sometimes. If you've hiked a mountain, you know there's always like a specific point where you're just like tired enough to know that you're tired, but also tired enough to be like, do I need to get on top of this? Like, and you have to kind of tell yourself, hey buddy, like we're so close, we gotta get there. I know, but I'm kind of tired and it kind of sucks and it's getting cold, and you're just like, I gotta do it anyways. That's like the dialogue that I have to have with myself very often. But this is the dialogue that will get you to where you want to be. And that's it. There's no formulas, there's no equations, there's no secret life hack, there's no whatever. All of these things are tools at best, if not scams. But all of these things are tools. They can absolutely help you. Like, yes, having a better routine can help you. Fixing your sleep schedule can help you. Knowing your blockages can help you. But all of this information serves no purpose if you do nothing with it. So if you don't take action, if you don't make the choice to show up, it serves no purpose. So I know that right now I'm filming on January 9th. And I know a lot of people are setting up New Year's expectations, which is fine. It's absolutely fine. I have nothing bad to say. Please don't click off. Don't click off. I'm not here to roast you. But what I'm trying to say is, the only thing that is in between you now and the you that you want to be, and between your current reality versus the reality in which you want to be, is a series of choices and actions and ripple effects, if you will. And I feel like it's important for me to stand here and say this to you, because I used to struggle with that, and I still do. And there's so many things that we put in between, like, our current selves and the selves that we want to be. And there's so many things that we do that slow us down and that just make it more complicated. I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to be complicated. And another really important thing that you must understand about these sorts of things is that you cannot think your way out of it. You can't. And logic will not necessarily save you from doing all the work. Okay. Anyways, so logic will not save you from doing all of this work. Logic will not save you from failing and having to try again and show up again and again. And it will not save you from that. Also, another thing about logic is that we understand only what we see. We only understand things that we have been exposed to. And therefore, your logic is inherently flawed because you do not know everything. And there's so many, how do I say that word? Variable, like things that make a change and impact into your equation, into your logistics. Okay, perhaps other people tell you that this is a path that they have followed and that you must follow in order to get the results that you desire, which they have obtained. But you are not that person. You do not have their life path. You do not have their luck. You do not have the things that they have, and vice versa is true as well. They don't have your luck, your life path, your knowledge, your personality. There's only you who can do the things that you want to do. So it serves no purpose for you to try to be logical about these sorts of things and try to think your way out of it, because truly you will never be able to properly calculate all of the possibilities and know which one is the best. You will know which one is the best when you try it out. That's it. And it kind of sucks, I know, because I feel like we are, especially in this digital age where information is like everywhere, we are people that want to know. We really want to know. Know about what? I don't know. Everything. We want to know everything. And when it comes to making these big decisions, these big leaps of faith, taking the steps, we want to know that we're doing the right thing. And to be fair with you, it does not matter, because you probably aren't. You probably will make a lot of mistakes, and it will kind of suck, and you will be like, why was I doing this anyways? And it's like, what am I doing? And then you're going to have to question everything, have an existential crisis, rethink about everything, say, yeah, I should start over again, or I made the mistake. Okay, how do I get back on track? It's going to happen like a million times. But every time that it happens, it gets you closer to your goal. Versus when you try to approach it from a stance of logic. Every single time that you take a step, every single time that you think that you have a conclusion, there's another problem, there's another question. And this mirrored version of you that you try so hard to achieve, this reality that you want, this dream that you want, takes a step back. So you guys never get closer. It does not go like this. It goes like this. There's a field in between that does not allow for you to get closer. And it's all about breaking that field. So I hope it makes sense. I hope it makes sense. Honestly, I feel like for the past few years, this is definitely something that I had to learn, because I know what I desire. I know who I want to be. I know what kind of life I want to lead, but I kept letting these things get in the way. And I kept not realizing that all I had to do was to show up. And then I would say this year, I was really proven the value of showing up. Like, it was very crazy. And I'm going to do like a very slight, quick emotional yap about like things that happened for me. I always wanted like a very specific kind of relationship with friends and people in my life, and even like romantic relationship. And I had to work on myself, my self-worth issues, and get to know people that were more close to me in terms of values and interests. And I had to do that work. I had to be there. I had to say no to the wrong kinds of people. But just by showing up in the right places with the right mindset, this is how I attracted the relationships, the people that I've always wanted to have in my life. And on the opposite, I've always wanted to express myself and to be able to have a voice in this world that would potentially make a difference in a good way, and to live off of it. Now, I'm not fully living off of it yet, but I can say that I am definitely expressing myself, and I feel like I am definitely on the right path to keep on going. I'm receiving more and more opportunities. I'm meeting more and more people. I'm doing more and more things. And none of this would happen if I had not stepped up and said, I gotta show up. I gotta express myself. What does it mean to express myself? Why don't I try this and this and that? And I'm not saying that it was always good. I'm not saying that it was always the best. But I'm saying that I was there. And I've been there. And I've showed up. And I've done the work. And I've published my things. And I've been on the stage. And I've talked to the people. And I've done the things that I had to do. And now it just keeps on growing. It just keeps on growing. That's all that it takes. That's it. So no, you don't need some miraculous frequency healing, whatever crap, crystal masterclass, I don't know what but you just need to take steps. Now, I would understand why you would need help to take these steps, to figure out what kind of steps or what kind of desire you're working towards. That's perfectly fine. But all I'm trying to say is that the power is within you today, right now. That's it. All that matters. So, I hope that you still appreciate this little video and that this makes sense still. So, with that being said, I wish you all the very best for 2025. And I hope that we're gonna still hang out together and grow a community, because that really matters for me. I really want a community with more and more people, and to just grow into that sense, especially with the neurodivergent girlies that feel like I do. I know you're out there. Hit me up. Thank you. So with that being said, I'm gonna end the video here. Please check out my podcast. I just released like a podcast episode today about breaking free from cycles and like negative loops. I feel like this is really relevant to today's topic. And I also made another one very recently. I think it was like around Christmas, and I talked about rebirth and like all of that kind of good stuff. I would definitely advise you to check out my podcast if you like this kind of style of video, because it's more elaborate and so much more fun. I have a lot of fun in my podcast. So all the links down below. Thank you so much. Please check out all of my links. I have Instagram, all that crap. I have my spiritual website where you can get readings and coaching for any kind of spiritual enlightenment things that you may need. And you know that I have a no BS approach to all of this. And finally, I wanted to say something. Finally, I wanted to say that I need you guys to make suggestions for videos that you want to see. I'm tired. I just really want to talk about well-being and like spiritual development and all of that kind of stuff, but not in a way that other people do. So if you have specific topics that you feel kind of murky about and you need help, just give me a suggestion down below and we're going to do this together. So that's it. That's all. That's it. That's me. Bye, guys.